Our quest for a place in the top 6 of the Premier League seems to be over thanks to far too many draws, but the aim of this save was European glory, and we are still going strong in the Conference League as the end of the season approaches. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel on part 6 of my FM26 Beta Save with Crystal Palace. The end of the season is approaching, we're on the 30th of April and we are still going strong in the Conference League, but our quest for a place in the top 6 of the Premier League is pretty much over and done with. In the last episode we ended with a 1-1 draw against Brighton, we followed that up with a 1-1 draw against Burnley, we then beat Newcastle away in the FA Cup. A victory over Wolves and a 1-0 victory over Manchester United ended February in brilliant style, and we were still very much in the hunt. Moving into March, you can see we started with a 1-1 draw against Tottenham Hotspur away from home, and then were completely humiliated away at Sheffield United in the FA Cup, losing 4-1. We did rotate the team slightly because we had our Conference League round of 16 game coming up. So we rotated the team, but we were awful from start to finish and ended up getting dumped out of the FA Cup against Sheffield United. We then did win that game in the round of 16 with a late Adam Walton goal in the 94th minute, giving us a 1-0 victory away from home. But then followed that up with a 3-1 defeat against Leeds at home in the league. We were doing okay in Europe, but our league form was suffering when we were playing Europe, then League, and whatever. We then drew 1-1 against Midtjylland. I can't pronounce it, but it's Midtjylland or something like that. We drew 1-0 in the second leg against them. That was enough to get us through to the quarter-final. And then we got a 1-1 draw with Manchester City to finish March. As you can then see, we moved into April with a 5-0 home victory in the first leg of the Conference League quarter-final against AEK. It was an absolute brilliant performance. Fernandez Pardo opened the score in Nketiah, 2 from Munoz, and then Mendoza rounding it out later on. The next year, 2.68 to their 0.34. And it was job done, really, after the first leg. We didn't really need to worry too much in Europe because we had guaranteed our place in the semi-final after the first leg against AEK. Then we drew 1-1 at home to Newcastle in the league, and it was a good job we got such a good victory in the first leg against AEK because we lost the second one 2-1. Eddie Nketiah giving us a goal in the 80th minute. Wasn't enough to get the win, but we had done enough in the first leg to mean we were already through to the last 4. We then got a victory over West Ham 1-0 with Ismail Assar scoring the only goal of the game late on. And then we were humbled by Liverpool. We'd beaten Liverpool a couple of times already this season, but we were humbled. We did have to make a couple of changes, but still Liverpool were absolutely dominant and beat us 4-1. And that brings us into today. We're going to go and have a quick look at the league table, and then we're going to play our first leg of our UEFA Conference League semi-final against FC Utrecht and see how we get on. Like I said in the intro, far too many draws have cost us our chance of a top 6 place in the Premier League. 15 draws from our 34 games, 11 wins and 8 defeats. A goal difference of +6 thanks to scoring 50 and conceding 44. We are on 48 points. Chelsea are currently 6th with 54 points. But there's only 4 games left, and trying to overturn a 6-point deficit, especially with Bournemouth and Brentford in between us as well, I don't think it's going to be possible in the 4 games we have left. So it's full focus on the Conference League. And the first leg of our Conference League semi-final is now. The team for this game is Henderson in goal, Acquara, Beraldo and Gahey in defence, Munoz on the right, Tyrick Mitchell on the left, Jefferson Lerma as a defensive midfielder, Adam Walton as the advanced playmaker. Jeremy Pino is on the right. He's just returned after injury. He missed a bunch of games through injury, but he's back in the starting lineup now. Ismail Assar on the left and Eddie Nketiah up front. It's a very familiar looking team for those who have followed this series, and hopefully it's going to drag us over the line and give us a decent first leg result in this Conference League semi-final. We should be the favourites here. We are at home and we are underway. Okay, he's going to bring the ball forward straight away, but nothing's going to come of it. It goes off of the highlight screen and onto this one. We're back with another highlight pretty much instantaneously. Walton finds Pino. Pino turns, goes back to Munoz. Munoz takes on his defender, gets a cross in. Ismail Assar's up there, and Adam Walton, what a finish. But it says disallowed goal for offside. Was it Sarr that was offside? The ball came in. It's not going to count. The goal is disallowed. What a finish from Walton, though. Cross come over. Ismaila Sarr, literally a toenail offside. No, he wasn't. Where was the offside? That's a dodgy decision, that is. He was offside when the ball was passed to Munoz. But surely that's a different phase of play. I know it's the same phase, but yeah, I don't think that should have been offside. That was a dodgy disallowed goal. That was such a great finish as well. But we've got another highlight, and Lacroix goes back to Beraldo, brings the ball forward slightly, goes back to Lacroix. Lacroix finds Munoz on the right hand side. Munoz is going to look to skin his defender again. He does. Another cross, and this time Ismaila Sarr is up there and he's headed it home. And we are 1-0 up. The 23rd minute of this Conference League semi-final first leg. Munoz skinned his defender. Good ball across, and Ismaila Sarr out-jumps his defender, gets on there, a header into the bottom corner. Nice little placed header, and he may have been offside for the first one, but he was definitely not offside for that one. Have another highlight. Adam Walton with a free kick. Goes across to Sarr, who finds Beraldo. Back to Sarr, and what a finish. What a well-worked free kick that was. Fantastic set piece. Adam Walton, it looked like he was just going to put the ball across. He goes short to Sarr. Sarr, ball inside to Beraldo, who cuts off his defender. First time little ball back, and Sarr with a great finish into the bottom left corner. And that is a fantastic goal, and it's 2-0. Another highlight, the ball's whipped in, but it's headed out, and Samardzic has the ball as Utrecht come forward, but Mitchell takes it back. Sarr to Gehi to Lerma. Lerma with a long ball across finds Munoz in acres of space. Gets the ball across, and Sarr's header, that's his hat-trick. That is Ismaila Sarr's hat-trick in the first half. And we are absolutely steamrolling Utrecht. We are 3-0 up on the stroke of half-time. Munoz, great ball across. Very similar to the first goal that stood, actually. And Sarr's header beats the keeper, and it is 3-0. Someone said in a comment on my last video about Ismaila Sarr scoring goals, and he has proven that with a first-half hat-trick here in the Conference League semi-final. No need to change anything in the second half, and we are underway. Looks like they've changed their approach and are playing with more caution, apparently. So they're going to play with more caution, despite the fact they're 3-0 down in the first leg of a semi-final in Europe. Makes sense, doesn't it? To be honest, you're looking at our ratings over here. Not a lot of the players have played that well. It's just basically Munoz and Sarr have ripped them apart. Now, Utrecht are going to look to try and get back into this game. We have had games this season where we were miles ahead and have thrown away leads, so I don't want to get complacent. We have one against Nottingham Forest where we're 3-0 up and ended up drawing the game. Blake cuts inside, and his shot is saved or deflected. Didn't quite see who it come off, but it went out for a corner. Beraldo to Lacroix. Right to Munoz. Munoz is going to look to skin his defender again. No, he doesn't. He just passes it to Pino. Pino cuts inside. Gives it to Sarr. Sarr turns. No, he goes back to Lerma, who finds Mitchell. Mitchell gets the ball across. And Adam Walton. I don't know why it says that. Bren Brackey. Oh, it was an own goal. That's why. I thought Adam Walton had scored it. But it was an own goal. Let's just have another look at this. Mitchell puts the ball across. Deflected, Adam Walton, and that's a harsh own goal, that is. That was a deflection. That should have been Adam Walton's goal. He's had one disallowed after a great finish, and then they've given his perfectly good finish as an own goal because of a deflection off his backside. Right, let's make some changes, rest some legs up, and look forward to the final, because I can't see Utrecht turning this round in the second leg, to be honest. We've made 4 changes and we're moving into the last 10 minutes of this game. Our XG is pretty similar, but we've just took our chances and have managed to secure a very, very good victory. 2 minutes of injury time. It doesn't look like there's going to be another highlight, to be honest. There isn't. No more highlights, and we have won the game 4-0. We've blown them away. They had more possession. Our XGs weren't that different. They had 4 shots on target to our 5, and they had more shots overall. But Munoz and Ismail Assar have basically torn them apart in that first half. Assar's first half hat-trick. We weren't that good in the second half, but a Bracky own goal off of his backside was enough to give us the 4-0 victory, and I think that should be job done. It was defeat against Bournemouth. Evan Nilsson scored 2 goals. Eddie Nketiah pulled one back for us towards the end of the game, but we were second best against Bournemouth, and that is pretty much now no chance of finishing in the top 6. I don't even think we're going to push for the top 8 now. I think we're sitting in 9th still, but I think that is league over. It's sort of going to just fizzle out mid-table. Hopefully we'll stay in the top half of the table, but the focus clearly and purely on the Conference League. The second leg didn't go well, though. As you can see, they started off in fine form. They scored in the first minute. Then it went 2-0 in the 38th minute. And I started to think, hang on a minute, they're coming back at us here. 75th minute, they went 3-0 up. And despite the game being very even again, they were 3-0 up. They were on top. And I thought when they scored that third goal, it might be proper squeaky. Well, it was proper squeaky bum time. But just 5 minutes later, Jeremy Pino got on the score sheet. We lost the game 3-1, but we are 5-3 victors on aggregate even, and we will play Vallecano in the final of the Conference League. And I'm going to go and finish off the Premier League season. We've got 3 games left. I'm going to go and play them, and then I'm going to come back and show you a Conference League final. Premier League season has fizzled out in pretty dreadful style. After that game against Utrecht in the second leg where we lost, we followed that up with a 1-0 defeat against Everton, then a 3-2 defeat away at Brentford. We finally managed to get a final point of the season on the last day at home to Arsenal. And yeah, it wasn't great, to be honest. Not a win in the last 5 Premier League games to end the season without a win, and it meant that we've disappointed the board because we haven't secured a top half of the table finish like they wanted. We have finished 11th with 49 points from our 38 games, 16 draws across those, and that is ultimately what cost us. We should have finished higher, but we didn't. We finished 11th. Liverpool are the champions. Arsenal, Newcastle and Tottenham round out the top 4. Man City and Bournemouth the top 6. Wolves, Sunderland and Aston Villa are the 3 teams relegated. And we were 11th. So mid-table obscurity for Crystal Palace yet again. We should have done better. We were in the chase for the top 6 for most of the season, but we've blown it towards the end. We've thrown away far too many points with draws. And yeah, I think a lack of squad depth has really let us down, really. We're playing in the Conference League, then the League, then the Conference League, then the League. And our Conference League achievements have ruined our Premier League season a little bit. Hopefully, though, it isn't for nothing, because we now have a final to play. Right, the team still has a familiar look. We have got a change. Matías Fernández-Pardo comes in on the left-hand side. Ismail Assar moves to the right, and Jeremy Pino is on the bench. But other than that, it's pretty much as you were from what's been most of the season. Jefferson Lerma is in the midfield with Adam Walton. Lacroix, Beraldo and Gahey in defence. Munoz and Mitchell are the wing-backs. Henderson's in goal, and Nketiah's up front. It's got to the end of the season now. Everyone's carrying knocks. There's fitness concerns, there's players that need a rest, and basically I'm just hoping they can give it their all for one more game. 90 minutes away from European glory, so let's go and grab it. We are underway in the UEFA Conference League final against Vallecano, and hopefully we can get the job done. We've been very, very good throughout the season in this competition. We've slipped up a few times and we've got a little bit complacent, really, mainly in second legs after we've walked the first leg. We wiped the floor with a team in the first leg, and then we get a little bit dodgy in the second. The semi-final was definitely squeaky bum time in that second leg. But we've done what we had to do and we've got to the final. And not much is really happening in this final, to be fair. We've had 6 shots, only 1 on target. They've managed 2 shots on target, but there hasn't been a highlight as yet. First highlight of the game in the 37th minute. And it's a corner and it's saved. Beraldo's header from the corner has been tipped past the post. And we're back to no highlights again. We've got a lot of fitness concerns here. Look, Munoz, Lerma, Mitchell, Walton, Sarr. They're all struggling for fitness. We've got into the break and it is 0-0. On XG and on shots and shots on target and stuff, we have been the better side, but we haven't managed to break the deadlock yet. And it's going to be a tense 45 minutes in the second half. I might change it to dynamic highlights for this. We're into dynamic mode for the highlights, and hopefully we can have a little bit of a better second half than what we had at first, because it's 0-0 and we need to break the deadlock soon, because I don't think a lot of our players are going to last a full 90. So hopefully we can get a goal early, maybe 2 goals early in this second half, and then we can make a few changes. Lacroix has gone all the way back to Henderson, who is so far out of his box. Been a little bit dangerous there. Gahey brings it forward. Lerma to Lacroix. Lacroix through to Sarr. Walton. Fernandez Pardo gives it back to Adam Walton. Walton's in the box. He shoots and he scores. No, he doesn't. He doesn't score. It's a corner. And Fernandez Pardo is going to take this corner. Puts it into the back post. It's headed out. And it's out for a throw-in. Munoz has the ball in his hands, gives it to Walton. Turns, can he get the cross in? Sort of stuck in that corner a bit, but that's good play to Walton, and then it's been cleared by the defence. Although Lacroix gives it back to Munoz, to Lerma, to Lacroix. Walton. Good football being played, but we just need to break them down. Back to Walton, to Munoz. Goes back to Lerma. Some nice little football being played again. Good build-up play, but we just can't seem to break that line. Munoz has done it this time, gets into the box, and then it's cleared again. Their defending is brilliant. Lerma to Mitchell. We're in control of this game. They're just sitting back and defending in numbers. Munoz, great skill, but his shot is saved by the goalkeeper. Now Adam Walton will take this corner. Brings it in and it's saved by the goalkeeper. He just plucks it out of the air. And we've started this second half quite strong, but we can't break down their defence. Now they look to counter-attack. Carmelo? It's Melo, not Carnello. Melo. Gives it to Travaria. Alvaro Garcia. Is that a penalty? No, it's not a penalty. Shot straight into Henderson's hands. I thought there was going to be a VAR check for a penalty there. That's Vallecano's first attacking highlight. Although it didn't come to much, it's still like, hang on a minute. They're in this game. And they're going to bring it back down the right-hand side. Cross comes in. It's cleared by Beraldo, but only as far as Valentin. Back in. And it's quite jumpy still, this game. I'm only on 1.25 on speed, and it's very, very jumpy. Mitchell puts the ball clear, but it's back in again. Fernandez Pardo heads it. They're defending very well. And there's a shot that is wild and flies over the bar. I've gone down to 1 times speed for the highlights, just so we can see what's happening a bit better. I don't know if it was because it was jumpy or what, but we couldn't really see the highlights properly. It felt too fast, even though it was only on 1.25. Palazon has broken our defensive line, and that's not troubling the goalkeeper. That is wide, but they are attacking far too regularly for my liking. And the fact that they've removed shouts from this game, I don't feel like I can do anything. I'm going to make a couple of changes in a moment, but normally in Football Manager, you could shout a little bit of encouragement and you get all these little purple faces would turn green. And then you have a little boost for a few minutes. But the fact that they've been removed, I can't do anything. But Fernandez Pardo is going to shoot and it's blocked. Vallecano are on the offensive this time. Been blocked by Lerma. Can Nketia get onto this loose ball? I know there's a lot of fitness issues at the minute. Our players are knackered. You're seeing Lerma's shot and that is miles wide. And it is time to bring on some fresh legs. I've taken off 2 of our best players in Ismaila Sarr and Adam Walton, but they were both on the verge of collapse pretty much. So I've brought on Jeremy Pino and Mendoza just to try and boost that attacking play. Although with 20 minutes left, I'm slightly worried we're going to throw this away on the last game of the season. We've been very, very good all season. And it would be a shame to throw it away. But we don't look like we can break them down. And Henderson rushes to grab that loose ball. Thought the Vallecano forward was going to get there first. Mitchell, Gahey. So we can't even get the ball out of our defence. We're supposed to be the team that does all the pressing. Right, Lacroix is in acres of space here. Gives the ball to Munoz. Has Munoz got any legs left to run? He's like, you look at his fitness there. Look, he's gone. But hopefully he's got enough left just to get through the rest of this match. Mendoza puts it through to Pino. Jeremy Pino, who has missed quite a bit of play, quite a bit of football through injury. So he should be quite fresh. And then Lerma again puts it over the bar. Another highlight. Daniel Munoz wants to be substituted, so we're going to watch this highlight and then we're going to take him off. Unfortunately, he's not fit enough to get through this full game. That's a massive loss for us because a player of Munoz's capabilities and quality, he has been brilliant all season. And unfortunately, it's going to be time to take him off. Right, another highlight. Fernandez Pardo is standing over the ball. We've got a free kick. There is 13 minutes left of this Conference League final. And I think 1 goal might be enough to win it now. Headed out. Mendoza finds Beraldo. Goes back to Fernandez Pardo. Knocking it about. But again, can we now break their line? That's headed clear. Mitchell has got the ball back. Gahey. That's it. Switch sides. Faster play. Lacroix. To Nathaniel Klein on the right-hand side. Great ball to Pino. Pino turns, shoots, and it's a goal! Jeremy Pino, 4 goals in 11 matches in this competition. And are they appealing for offside? Is there going to be a VAR check? Yes, there is. There is a VAR check. And the goal is awarded. We are 1-0 up with 12 minutes left. Nathaniel Klein to Jeremy Pino, who timed his run beautifully. And that's a great finish past Cardenas in the Vallecano goal. And we are 1-0 up. I said 1 goal might be enough as this clock is ticking down. And now I'm not so sure, but I'm glad that we got the first one. Henderson, Beraldo, Lacroix. Nathaniel Klein has got the ball on the right again. Did have the ball on the right again, but he's now lost it. Get back into shape. Lerma. Block the ball with Nketiah. Jeremy Pino. Nathaniel Klein's all alone over there on the right-hand side. Can they come with him? Can he get a decent... No, he can't. He gives the ball back to Fran Perez. That is awful. Klein's the fittest player on the pitch and he's still giving the ball away. Fernandez Pardo has been fouled. A free kick has been awarded. And it looks like Fernandez Pardo is injured. He is rolling around on the floor, clutching his leg, and no, he's up. He's up and about. Mendoza will take this free kick. Plays it short to Nketiah and stop mucking about and get the ball forward. Jeremy Pino turns. Fernandez Pardo, Mendoza. Tyreek Mitchell. Gahey, Mitchell. Mitchell plays a lovely little ball to Fernandez Pardo. Can he turn? Can't get past them. Mendoza. Gahey. Lerma. Shoots. And again, it's in the stands. Jefferson Lerma just needs to stop shooting. I'm going to have to tell him to stop shooting because he can't find the target ever. Tyreek Mitchell now wants to be substituted. So let's get this highlight over. How many substitutions have I got left? 2. Lacroix has absolutely clattered Camelo there and has been booked. Lejeune. Lejeune? Something like that. Going to take the free kick. Mello, Tyreek Mitchell, even though he wants to be substituted, he has intercepted the ball and is bringing it forward. Could his last participation in this final be... No, it can't be anything. Give the ball away. I was going to say, can it be helping to get us second goal? But Camelo is out on the left-hand side for Vallecano. He's crossed it in. Henderson punches it clear. Nketiah has been fouled, and I'm now going to go and make that substitution. Right, I'm bringing Borna Sosa on for Mitchell, and Cheek Decore is coming on for Jefferson Lerma. Just a bit fresher legs in the middle of the park, hopefully will be enough to see us through. Decore to Fernandez Pardo, Nketiah. Looking for Sosa on the left-hand side, but Sosa couldn't get there first. And this is extremely tense, this final. We are 1-0 up with 2 minutes of normal time left in the Conference League final. Vallecano have had their chances in this game. We've got a lot of players running on empty, but Mendoza finds Nketiah, who finds Nathaniel Klein completely unmarked. Klein then gives it away. Just go for Jefferson Lerma can't keep the ball and pass it. He just shoots it into the stands. Nathaniel Klein decides he doesn't want to pass it or shoot. But it's a corner. Borna Sosa will take it. Last minute of the 90 in this Conference League final. We'll find out in a minute when the ball goes up how much injury time is going to be played. But is Sosa going to take this corner or not? Yeah, eventually. It's headed out. Mendoza has got the ball. Takes on the defender. Little chip cross is headed clear. Cheek Decore shoots. It's headed out. Nathaniel Klein. Can he get the cross in? Klein literally just gives the ball away. Everything he does, he gives the ball away. He set up our goal, which was decent. He got an assist for Jeremy Pino, but since then, every time he gets the ball, rather than pass, he just sort of stands there with it and then gives it away. And there are 5 minutes of injury time here. And I'm not excited about it. That's offside. The assistant referee's flag is up. I can't even talk properly, people. Right, we're going to time waste for a minute, are we? I'm still playing positive mentality. I don't want to change to defending because I know that in previous iterations of Football Manager, as soon as you change to defending, you can see the goal. Mendoza, Sosa has got the legs. Has he got the legs to outrun a tired Vallecano defence? He puts the ball across. Keeper comes and punches it clear. Fran Perez has got it, but it's been intercepted. Cheek Decore, Fernandez Pardo can't get the ball to Nketiah. I literally cannot do any more as a manager now. I can just sit and watch. Can't do any more. I can't shout encouragement. I can't do anything. I don't want to change the mentality of the team. Can't make any more substitutions. Can't shout. All I can do is just sit here going out of my mind. Borna Sosa with a free kick. Is that too far out for a shot? Flicks it over. Lacroix. Shoot! I thought we were going to get a second. Lacroix's shot is saved by the keeper and goes out for a corner. There is just over 1 minute left of this Conference League final. Sosa with a corner. Get up. Headed out. Mendoza. We have seconds to run down in this game. Gahey. Mendoza. Gahey. Goes all the way back to Henderson. Henderson gives the ball to Lacroix. Daniel Klein on the right-hand side. And the fact that he's given the ball away so much, that was the last person I wanted it to go to. And he has given it away again. And Fran Perez is coming down the left-hand side for Vallecano. They've got 20 seconds left. That's a great tackle by Cheek Decore. Yeremy Pino punts it upfield. Chavaria looking for the Frutos or whatever his name is headed out, and that should be all she wrote. We are into the 96th minute. We've had the 5 minutes of injury time, and the referee is going to allow Vallecano this opportunity. It's headed out. Come on, referee, blow your whistle. It's headed out by Beraldo. Valentin gives it to Sis. And the referee has blown his whistle. And we have won the game. Crystal Palace have won the Conference League. We started this save with silverware in the Community Shield. And we have ended it with victory in the Conference League. For some reason, Maxence Lacroix is lifting the trophy again. Gahey has been the captain all season, but I said this at the start, in the Community Shield. But I don't care who lifts it. We have won it. It is a trophy lift to end my FM26 Beta save with Crystal Palace. And I don't know what happened to his face then. Did you see that face? That was a bit of a... I don't know what happened, but we have won the Conference League. Yeremy Pino with the only goal of the game, coming off the subs bench to score the only goal of the game. All in all, we probably deserved that. We were the better side throughout, despite the fact that they had more of the possession. We couldn't break them down. They were very, very strong defensively, but so were we. And ultimately, one goal has been enough to give us a trophy in the last episode of this series. And there we have it, success in our final game as Crystal Palace manager, as the FM26 Beta is now coming to a close. The full release of the game will be coming within a day. And yeah, I'm looking forward to pushing on and starting an exciting new journeyman save. I have some plans for this cycle that I'm hoping you will join me for. If you like this video and if you want to continue to see me on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, comment below. Let me know how your FM26 beta has gone and what you're planning to do for the full cycle of the game. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a journeyman save, and hopefully the first episode of that will be out on the day of full release, which is Tuesday, the 4th of November, which is tomorrow. So if I can't manage to get a video done, it will be first thing on Wednesday morning that I will aim to get a video out for. But that is it. That is my time as Crystal Palace manager done. I hope you have enjoyed this series and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Indeed, like I said, do all the good stuff like the likes and subscribes and stuff like that. I'm hoping to push on and improve, hopefully gain some more subscribers along the way. Anyway, like I said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you will join me again soon and for the full release of the game and my new save. And until then, take care and bye-bye for now.